Hi there, I'm pastor and author Robert B. Scott of freedomchurchofgod.com. Do you know what the mark of the beast is? Some say it's a chip, some say a scan, because now they can actually scan your eyes and scan your hand, put your hand there. So there's all kinds of ways they can keep track of you. We've learned recently how the NSA and how others have spied on us and taken our phone numbers and decided which phone we're going to call, where we're calling, and they have the opportunity to wiretap our calls if they wanted to. We are no longer living in a free society today, and we're seeing a little bit of that Big Brother 1984. But coming up soon is going to be a lot bigger brother we've ever seen. He is the beast, and he has great power, will have great power. And here in Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, he says, he causes all, the small and the great, the rich and the poor, free men and slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand and on their forehead. What is that mark? Is it a scan? Is it a chip? Yes and no. It could be all of those, but there's a root that most people don't have any idea about that really is the mark of the beast. If you compare, the Bible says there's here a little and there a little in Isaiah 28. You've got to look all over the Bible. You want to find the truth. You can't just find it in one place. So if you read two 13s, if you got Revelation 13 and Exodus 13, you will begin to understand the truth of the mark of the beast. And it's a very important truth. And there's also in Exodus 31:13 that God says, I declare to you, these are my Sabbaths. They are a sign between me and you, that I am the eternal, that you are my people, and that I set you apart and make you holy. Exodus 31:13 says that the Sabbaths are a sign, a mark that God puts on his people. Now God knew that we would forget the Sabbath day. That's why he said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. He knew we'd forget it. And so he knew that it would become in the end time a mark of Satan, a mark of the beast. And if you look in Exodus 13, you'll see that the word was said very clearly after the Passover, unleavened bread, the beginning of the feast of God. It says, these are a sign. These are my sign. You're my people. These are a sign. So the Sabbaths, plural, are a sign of God. Now if the Sabbaths, the holy days of God, in Leviticus 23, are the sign of God's people in the end time, what would be the sign of Satan's people? What would be the sign of those who have the different mark, that of the beast? Well, you got Sunday, you got Christmas, Easter, all the holidays that are not Christian, that have pagan origins, but most Christians believe that they're okay, but they're not in the Bible. So why would you choose those? Well, that is going to be the mark of the beast. Sunday is the main mark, and the other holidays are going to be marks that you'll be able to buy and to sell if you can keep those days. And if you don't, you'll be persecuted, or you'll be raptured out of the situation completely. So God says he wants us to have his sign. It may be a scan, it may be a chip, but mainly it is the keeping of Sunday. It will be enforced by the woman who sits on the beast. The Catholic Church will sit on the beast, and you know what day she keeps. That's the day she told the Protestants years ago, we gave you this, you didn't get this from the Bible, we gave it to you. So will you resist the Pope who started this Sunday thing and say, no, we don't want you to be the vicar of Christ, we don't want you to be the replacement of Jesus on the earth? Or will you accept God's holy days, his Sabbath and his holy days, and have the sign of God in your forehead, in your minds, in your hand, your will, your action? That is the sign of God, and Sunday is the mark of the beast. Don't get that mark, get God's sign, and you will be blessed and protected.